2 weeks ago, California Cultured took a critical step in scaling cell-cultured cocoa, moving from small batch experiments to controlled precision fermentation at POW Bio. We've talked about POW Bio before. Meaty Bio also works with them for their honey. So super interesting news from California Cultured. In a related post, Vow has now done a test with a 20,000 liter bioreactor. This is the largest that is currently in operation in the cultivated meat industry, and it enables the harvesting of many hundreds of kilograms of cultivated meat. Vow says they will be unit margin positive within a couple of months. Vow's custom designed 20,000 liter vessel was built in-house by former SpaceX engineers and commissioned in under 14 weeks for well under $1 million, which the CEO claimed was less than 80% of an off-the-shelf system with biopharma specs. As we've been saying a lot on this channel, the key to unlocking growth in the cultivated meat industry is companies who are redesigning their own bioreactors for cultivated meat. Further efficiencies may still be possible. Our latest focus is we want to see if we can delete the entire sampling process. For example, right now we do a sample every day. So you get a bottle, you autoclave it, spin it around, you connect it, you steam through the bottle, you then open the valve, and there's always a risk of contamination anytime you open the sterile envelope. So we have a project running in our data team asking, can we just look at the data that comes from solid state sensors and the harvests themselves? If we harvest often enough, can we just measure these outside of the sterile envelope and simplify our equipment even further? If we can do that, this would basically delete the single most time-consuming unit operation, which is sampling. In the context of cultivated meat production or any bioprocessing, sampling refers to the process of taking a small portion of the culture, cells, the media, whatever's in the bioreactor, from the bioreactor to analyze it. And this is done to monitor what's going on inside, like are the cells healthy, are they growing as expected? So you have to go through a whole sterilization process just to safely remove a small volume of material to do testing to make sure everything's okay. And because cultivated meat relies on being sterile, even small contaminations can ruin a batch. So what Vow is trying to do is they're trying to stop physically sampling altogether. Instead, they hope to rely on data from sensors, frequent harvest data, to infer what's happening inside. So if successful, this could eliminate most of the time-consuming sampling to test their batches to make sure everything's okay. Reduce any contamination risk, simplify the equipment and the workflow, and ultimately bring the costs down. Here's an example video of what that looks like. It's not Vow, but it goes to show what this sampling process is so you can understand it a bit better.
As part of the regular monitoring of this process, we take a sample from the bioreactor every day. Here, a technician is collecting the daily sample into a sterile sample bag. This is done without contaminating the bioreactor. Now, the technician is removing portions of the sample for different analyses. The technician is counting the cells to determine the current concentration of the cells in the bioreactor.
Thanks always for watching. We'll catch you in the next video.